Shalom. This is a beak back with another edification. I want to thank all of my subscribers, all 203 of my subscribers. I gained a subscriber. I want to wish all of my subscribers high health, high spirits, and I want to wish all of my subscribers and your loved ones are protected and safe against these agendas that are waged against us here behind enemy lines here in America. On my channel, I speak within context of the Bible, and I also make references to modern day America, events, and prophecy. Okay, so biblical prophecy. Okay. Today, what I was going to talk about is these so-called whites, which are the Edomites. They're going after their escape. They're going after their exit. They're making their exit out of South Africa, and this is fair use because this is Reuters, and I want to claim fair use on this video, and showing how Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, hides his identity behind geography instead of bloodline. Okay, and here I'm gonna read Obadiah. This is 1 and 6. It says, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up?" Okay, and this is like referring to Esau, Edom, as a thief. Okay, and how back in I don't know. I'm gonna look up the year here in a second. The year that Esau, the Edomites, the so-called whites, and the Spaniards conquered South Africa. And what's his name? I'm trying to get his name while I'm thinking. Elon Musk. That's what I'm thinking. Elon Musk is from South Africa. All right. And I did a video on certain things about Elon Musk and his position. But South Africa has these Edomites down there. And of course, that's the land of Ham, the so-called Africans. And listen to how they describe what's going on with these so-called whites that are in South Africa. The sign right here reads, I think it says, "Trump and Elon Musk, please help." I can't see. It says, South Africa take police. I can't see what that sign says. It's kind of dingy. But listen to how Esau Edom hides his identity with being, with calling himself South African. Okay, this is another case of identity crisis, and the so-called whites, they suffer from an identity crisis. And I know what some idiot's going to come on this video and be like, "Oh man, y'all Israelites are still on that," or you're an Israelite or whatever, have a problem with the way we identify these so-called whites. Okay, they're the Edomites. No matter if they're Australian, Irish, Russian, British, don't matter. They're not royalty, so it doesn't matter if they're, those popes over in Rome, okay, or part of one of the empires of Esau, Edom, all right, according to prophecy. Okay, so, but listen to this.
Trump's administration
and fair use. This is fair use.
Aiming to bring the first group of white South Africans to the United States via its refugee program as soon as next week. 3 people familiar with the matter have said. It's a divisive move.
Thank you, Mr. Trump.
Especially given that Trump has been blocking refugee admissions from the rest of the world. 2 of the sources who requested
He's been blocking refugees from all other nations. He's kicking out over here in America behind enemy lines here in Babylon. Here in America, the so-called whites are kicking out the Israelites, and they're labeling regular non-whites that are being deported. They're claiming that they're MS-13, they're gang members and stuff, just to get rid of them, right? Classifying them as gang members. Fathers and mothers, parents, both are being split up from their children. Once again, dealing with these so-called whites, these Edomites that trump the administration of America. So then you have these so-called white Southern Africans that are pleading with America to help them get away. Now, just check this out. This is interesting.
As they were sharing internal plans, said their aim is to fly the initial cohort of around 50 Afrikaners into Washington Dulles International Airport in Virginia.
It was like an answered prayer.
Life coach Katia Beeden is administrator of a website that seeks to help white South Africans take up Trump's offer.
We've been forgotten. It's very hard for us to travel. It's very hard for us to get visas. So to suddenly hear that a country like the United States is offering us refugee status was a really big deal. And I was so excited. I felt so relieved. It just felt like a lifeline.
In February, Trump issued an executive order that called for the US to resettle Afrikaner refugees. It said Afrikaners, who are descendants of mostly Dutch early settlers, were victims of unjust racial discrimination. The assertion that minority white South Africans face discrimination from the black majority has spread in far-right circles for years and been echoed by Trump's white South African-born ally, Elon Musk.
I guess the key.
Okay. See, like I said, Elon Musk is from South Africa. I mentioned this before because this photo right here was taken when Trump met with him and they were watching his rocket. They were watching Elon Musk's rocket launch. I remember this. Okay. Now this is the Wisdom of Solomon. All right. Let's see, chapter 15 and verse 11. It says, therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of God they are become an abomination and stumbling block to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. So these devils, they have nowhere to run when they get where they go if they're not a part of the missionary of the one world religion, preaching that Christianity. They're just dwelling in these areas where they once conquered, right? And then these Africans, the Hamites, they eventually wanted their land back. All of the Hamites are not pushing Catholicism either. So those Hamites wanted their land back for a long time, but these idol worshipers, these Edomites, no matter if they're Russian, French, British, Irish, South African, they're claiming their identity based on geography. And they are the ones that call themselves white. So they're the ones making it about color all the time, okay? And they're not white. According to the Bible, they're red, and they are red. Look at Trump. I don't know if he has some airbrush on his face or what, but Elon Musk, he's red. Looks pale, but he's red. Trying to be white, but no, the pause button, the play button is white. Elon Musk is not white. Looks like Michael Jackson a little bit, or you know, Michael Jackson before he got out of here, right? But anyway, it's we're gonna talk about these Gentiles. These are the non-Israelite Gentiles. But it's interesting how Esau hides his identity, okay? They're going to pay for deceiving the world. So I read Solomon because these are the deceivers. They're deceiving the world with their identity as well. Okay? And only the unwise has not figured this out, that they're deporting Israelites over here in America behind enemy lines. They talked about the economy crashing, who's going to pick the crops, things of that sort. ICE is going around cracking down on Israelites over here. The children of Issachar, okay, and the brown people, okay. If we're going to go there with who they're really cracking down on, but then they got these they're trying to play like they're minorities and refugees. Watch.
Issue just to highlight is that none of this is actually true.
Political analyst TK Poe says the refugee scheme has created a false narrative that South Africa is a country going through some civil war.
And then secondly, within the internal borders of South Africa, it really has created a lot of division. It's almost as though President Trump has gone out of his way.
Hey, look, the Most High has made these these Edomites small in the eyes of the heathens. Okay, we can go to Obadiah. All right, we can go to Obadiah. Okay. Obadiah 1 and 2, behold, I have made thee small among the heathens. Thou art greatly despised, okay? Thou art greatly despised, okay? These so-called whites are greatly despised in these last days, 2025, okay? They're greatly despised around the world, and they have to go, okay? The Most High is kicking them out, okay? He's putting a spirit on these other nations and kicking them out, and they're separating. This is Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee. Thou art thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? What the Most High God of Israel. The God of the Bible is the God of Israel. This is the God of the Bible is not a Christian. This is the God of Israel. Yahweh, all right? The God of Israel, okay? He's putting a spirit on these other nations, and these Edomites are being made small amongst these heathens. This is a beautiful day, all right? This is a beautiful day. Obadiah 1 and 6, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up? He's being exposed right now. Everybody else is being exposed, all these celebrities and stuff, but that's nothing new. We're talking about prophecy here. Who is Esau Edom? The one world religion of Christianity teaches that the bloodlines in the Bible are done away with, but this is not a Christian book. Where is the Christian Bible? This is not, or where's their book? The Holy Bible is not the Christian book. People walk away when they hear that because it's true. They want to be lied to. So go to your local Gentile preacher and be unwise amongst the deceivers. That one world religion, Christianity. The Bible is not for everybody. That's why if you accuse someone of breaking the commandments of the God of Israel using the Bible, here they go with you can't judge. Okay, well the scripture says you can judge. Judge righteously. Judge righteously. All right.
To sow internal division.
Violence against white farmers and a law allowing for the expropriation and redistribution of land are often cited as evidence of anti-white discrimination in South Africa. However, out of 26,000 murders in South Africa last year, just 44 were linked to farming communities, according to police statistics. Crime researchers say the overwhelming majority of murder victims are black. In addition, 3/4 of private land in South Africa is white-owned, and not a single expropriation has taken place. South Africa's government has criticised Trump's programme, saying that it fails to recognise South Africa's history of colonialism and apartheid. It added that it's ironic that refugee status is being offered to people from the most economically privileged part of South African society. The average white household owns 20 times the wealth of the average black household, according to international academic journal The Review of Political Economy. Official data shows unemployment rates are far higher among black citizens.
As long as it's not.
So again, those so-called whites, which are the Edomites in South Africa, they're trying to deceive the world into staying on that land. They're using all types of semantics. To stay on that land. And it's time for them to go. They can't fight for stolen land. They were pleading with France a few years ago. I remember this situation down in South Africa. This same group of Edomites were pleading to France to help them and Britain to help them. And those South Africans, the indigenous, the Hamites, they said, we want our land back. And the so-called whites were like, oh, they're trying to do a land grab down here, and they're trying to target us. And well, yeah, you're being targeted because it's their land. And then I remember the president or one of those politicians went down there and said, the Hamites. They said that they were taking the land from the Hamites who had land down there as well. So it wasn't just strictly the Edomites were not strictly being targeted, but the land was to be redistributed to the Hamites. That was the agenda. So it wasn't just, the land was not being just strictly taken from the white South Africans. If anyone gets a chance, go Google these. This is real. These events are real. What's going on in South Africa? So here they are. The Hamites were not playing, and here it is. This is the outcome of it. That's all this is. This is the outcome. If you're not paying it, if anyone has not been paying attention to this, this is the outcome. After what I'm referring to, I remember what this is about. This is real. They got the Lumbee tribe over here that are from South Africa as well. And that's what Trump signed an executive order for the Lumbee tribe. I did a video on the Lumbee. Look up, if anyone looks in my timeline, you will see the Lumbee, the executive order that Trump made for the Lumbees. And they're South African. They claim to be African, but they're Edomites. And they claim to have a tribe. Their traditions are Hamitic, right? African culture, Edomites, hiding their identity behind being so-called white and being so-called African based on geography. See, this is Esau, Edom. This is they have an identity crisis. They're hiding themselves, okay, and in plain sight. They're hiding themselves in plain sight. Only the unwise and deceivers don't want to be honest about who these American whites are, and these British whites are, and these Irish whites are, and these Russians are. All of them, okay, all of them. They're all the same bloodline. Not all pale people are the same. I'm not talking about their color. I'm talking about their bloodline. That's who they originally are, right? So again, let's keep going.
Here, you can go anywhere you want.
Trump's order also came after he'd suspended all US refugee admissions, citing security and cost concerns. Thousands of Afghans, Congolese, and others fleeing conflicts were blocked even after they'd been vetted and cleared.
What Biden did to this.
Donald Trump's administration is aiming to bring the first group of white South Africans to the United States via its refugee program as soon as next week. 3 people familiar with the matter have said. It's a divisive.
It says no to land and property expropriations without compensation. Hey man, these curses have fallen on these Edomites. Don't they look like a group of third world country, impoverished, brown people? Look at these Edomites. Have they've fallen, okay? Man, this is a beautiful day, man. Look at these Edomites. Look at that. They have fallen. They've fallen. They're begging. They're begging. This is beautiful. These are the Edomites. Look at them hiding their identity behind being South African. This is beautiful. All right, this is in Obadiah. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. All right, it's going to come a day. All supporters of Edomites are going to look played out. Their time is coming to an end. This is Obadiah 1:16. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. Okay, y'all have taken away, and it's going to be taken from you. Okay, this is interesting. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful day. All right, only the Gentile, so-called Black, Latino, Native American man, woman, and child who's a part of the one world religion of Christianity is going to walk away from this because they don't want to hear that their so-called white Gentiles are being like downplayed. All right. This is Obadiah 1:16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Okay, so the Most High is going to get these heathens. He's going to get you. He's going to get you. You so-called whites. And I know how it feels to be. Well, I don't know how it feels, but I can imagine. Well, I can't even imagine. I could tell that it hurts. That's all I can say. Someone that supports this. Look, this is interesting. All right, but that's all I wanted to say. This has been a beak with another edification. I want to say shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and I want to thank all of my subscribers, all 203 of my subscribers. All right. And I want to wish all of my subscribers high health and high spirits. And I wish that all of my subscribers are safe and protected. And you and your loved ones are protected and safe against these agendas that are waged against us here behind enemy lines here in America. Shalom.